gained 30 metres on him while Blake was trying to settle the boat and propel forward. Brent Lewis just ran around the outside, and then he gave it one really big effort down there in turn number 2 for the last time. Coming from pole 3, moved across into pole 1 and tried to drive up the inside of the young driver from Geelong, but you can't take it away from him. This guy has had an absolute stellar weekend. Can he go on with it and win the Sunraysia Gold Cup to round out our Sunraysia Spectacular here? Your winner in this particular heat from Geelong goes to Blake Ramsey in Destiny.
Yeah, pretty very well-received win up here.
White flag about to drop. We're about to rock and roll, and here we go. Look at Destiny already down into turn number 2. Brent Lewis from Queensland in the blue boat tries to run around the outside of Blake Ramsey. Who gets the better exit? And it's going to be Blake Ramsey. Pulls 2 or 3 boat lengths this time on the way out of turn number 2. Forget about Adam's test and tune. Unfortunately for Adam Smith, hasn't got enough to run with these 2 guys. It's all Blake Ramsey on the way out of turn number 2. Beautiful behaviour by the boat. Second place. He's only lost probably 20 metres off the transom of Blake Ramsey as they head through turn number 1. Oh, Blake got it all wrong during turn number 1 there. Now he gets back up on the cab plate, settles the boat down and rockets down the back straight.
Blake Ramsey now leading away. Decision. Brent Lewis is pushing very, very hard indeed. They did. Blake Ramsey now lines the Destiny up. Sees the other way. Oh, Decision getting particular one. Looks like Adam's test and tag is only in 3rd position and out of it at the moment. It's a race in 2 up front. Destiny, Blake can't get the power down again. We've seen this previously. Well up the Decision now is running on the outside, trying to get it down with him. It is going to be a drag race to the final corner now. Blake Ramsey, he's hit the corner nicely. He's going to line this up. Oh, Brent Lewis in Decision looked up the inside, but it hasn't paid off. Oh, has it? There he comes. Decision. Wow, Brent Lewis up the inside, ladies and gentlemen, trying to sneak it through. Didn't quite get there in the end. Blake Ramsey holds him out in the Destiny, and coming through now, Adam's test and tag with Adam Smith driving the tunnel boat. But what a race out in front. Fantastic, and his starts have been spot on all weekend.
Yeah, correct.
I bet there's not one driver would have complained about his starts, but I must admit, he might have spent a lot of time out there, but he has got the best seat in the house. It is awesome when you've got the opportunity to go in a start boat and the flag drops and it just all that horsepower goes right through the back of the boat and they charge down in front of you. It is one of the most awesome places to be.
Not saying it wouldn't be a much pushed for job, but just saying it's a job that's still got to be done, and we are really appreciative of the fact that he's been doing that throughout the couple of days and just flawless in his execution to it. So thank you very much, Barney and crew, for your involvement here this weekend as our official starting duties here this week.
Absolutely. Big shout out. It is fantastic.
The crowd over there on the bank sticking with us all afternoon. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing out there on the Mighty Murray.
Don't forget, plenty to still eat and drink out there in the catering area. We've got the guys from the Thai street food down there. Fast Freddy's down there as well. Got the takeouts going there. The Souvlaki van doing a great job. And so too the coffee van down there. Thank you very much, the coffee van, for your involvement. And, of course, Father George, that is. And the bar. The bar doing great. Still some people down there grabbing some drinks. Make sure you get geared up, ready to go for the finals as they come to us. We're in the finals now for our X100s, then we move into 6s, and then the final one for the day, the Sunraysia Gold Cup. Guys, take it away for this one for the B final for us today, race 25.
Yep, the B final for round number 2 of this X100, brought to you by Tattoos R Us down there in Melbourne CBD. And Mark Schultz coming up in heat number 2. White flag down and away we go. And it's Cap with Stevie Rumble from the Knudsen falling out the back door already out of pole 3. But as we go down into turn number 1 for the first time, Cut Cat Racing, Steve Rumble starting to extend his lead already over Nathan Bartzak, who didn't get out of the corner very well. But if we look through the rooster tail of Cut Cat, you can see Jimbo and Paul Smerlick making his move early, trying to get Steve Rumble down the back straight. We got Knudsen and Dynan rounding out the field already. Cut Cat Racing comes through and it will be credited with the lead in lap number 1 here. 1 down, 2 to go, PC.
Yeah, Cut Cat Racing, Steve Rumble heading away at the moment. Jimbo will come behind the wheel. We got the one more driven by Nathan Bartzak and centre start 4. Scott Crimson, he looked like he missed the start a little bit, and of course it is Excalibur driven by Chris Dynan rounding out the field. But up the back straightaway now, it is Stevie Rumble in the Cut Cat Racing, doing a nice job from Jimbo into second position. Phil Clemac, he's having a good weekend, and the one more, of course, a winner yesterday after he was promoted because of some speed bracket infringements from their competitors that were in front of him yesterday. So, yellow flag, 1 lap to go. It is the Cut Cat Racing. Steve Rumble crossing the line now. He'll see Jimbo in his rear vision mirror. The one more coming across the line, and as soon as the 4. Their way back now is Chris Dynan in the Excalibur, but nothing much is stopping Stevie Rumble up the back straight now in the Cut Cat Racing. He's just backing it out. He's got a lot of horsepower there, and he needs to keep that thing under his 95 miles an hour. Jimbo chasing hard with one more there as well. That's Sinister 4. He's had a couple of infringements this weekend since in position, but your winner, provisional winner at this point in time will be Steve Rumble. Cut Cat Racing across the line in the X100 B main final for the weekend. Jimbo coming across the line. Phil Clemac doing a job in Jimbo. One more, Nathan Bartzak in 4th position. The Sinister 4 in Scott Crimson, who missed the start line altogether, so he had to make up some ground. And across the line now, Chris Dynan in the Excalibur, having a great old time out there.
Yeah, he's got him bounced around, thrown around as he comes over and accepts the checkered flag. Had a great win for the Toyota-powered Cut Cat Racing of Steve Rumble. Jimbo doing a great job around the outside as well. But the presentation on Nathan Bartzak's one more. It looks unbelievable when the sun gets hold of that candy apple red. It's actually a Mazda red, but it looks sensational under the direct sunlight as we saw yesterday. And then Sinister 4, Scott Knudsen, and rounding out the field was Chris Dynan. So that was the B main, and this is where all of the action has been focused as far as our bracket racing is concerned. This is the A main of the Tattoos R National Drivers Championship here in Mildura. Mike Godsell will start on pole position. Alongside him, the Artist out of pole 2. Nick Borg in Performance out of 3. Lewis Mills in Hypo, the S72 out of 4. And Bout Time, Matt Smith from the Adelaide Speedboat Club will start out of 5.
And that's a action-packed 5 to work through.
We're looking for Broder.
Schultz coming up in heat number 2. White flag down and away we go. And it's Cut Cat with Stevie Rumble from Nathan Bartzak. And Chris Dynan running around the outside. Scott Knudsen falling out the back door already out of pole 3. But as we go down into turn number 1 for the first time, Cut Cat Racing, Steve Rumble starting to extend his lead already over Nathan Bartzak, who didn't get out of the corner very well. But if we look through the rooster tail of Cut Cat, you can see Jimbo and Paul Smerlick making his move early, trying to get Steve Rumble down the back straight. We got Knudsen and Dynan rounding out the field already. Cut Cat Racing comes through and it will be credited with the lead in lap number 1 here. 1 down, 2 to go, PC.
Yeah, Cut Cat Racing, Stevie Rumble heading away at the moment. Jimbo will come behind the wheel. We got the one more driven by Nathan Bartzak and Centre Start 4. Scott Crimson. He looked like he missed the start a little bit. And of course, it is Excalibur driven by Chris Dynan rounding out the field. But up the back straightaway now, it is Stevie Rumble in the Cat Racing, doing a nice job from Jimbo into second position. Phil Clemac, he's having a good weekend. And the one more, of course, a winner yesterday after he was promoted because of some free bracket infringements from their competitors that were in front of him yesterday. So, yellow flag, 1 lap to go. It is the Cat Racing. Steve Rumble crossing the line now. He'll see Jimbo in his rear vision mirror. The one more coming across the line, and the Sinister 4. Their way back now is Chris Dynan in the Excalibur, but nothing much is stopping Stevie Rumble up the back straight now in the Cat Racing. He's just backing it out. He's got a lot of horsepower there, and he needs to keep that thing under his 95 miles an hour. Jimbo chasing hard with one more there as well. That's Sinister 4. He's had a couple of infringements this weekend, sits in position, but the winner, provisional winner at this point in time will be Steve Rumble. Cat Racing across the line in the X100 B main final for the weekend. Jimbo coming across the line. Phil Clemac doing a good job in Jimbo. One more, Nathan Barkson in fourth position. The Sinister 4 in Scott Crimson, who missed the start line altogether, so he had to make up some ground. And across the line now, Chris Dynan in the Excalibur, having a great old time out there.
Yeah, he's got him bounced around, thrown around as he comes over and accepts the checkered flag. Had a great win for the Toyota-powered Cat Racing of Steve Rumble.
But that's not running this weekend. Everything dropped into 26 for this one. So, and then from there we go into our 25 horsepower outboards.
Yeah, the final B of the 6 litre championship has been scrapped, so we'll go straight into the A final for that one. And the A final for the 6 litre will consist of Rastus, Cabs, Brooder, Cranky and Lock and Load. So, no Corey Marlin. So Corey must have hurt the boat, I would say. And unfortunately for them, their weekend is over.
Wow.
All right, we're about to get this one, A final. The Moonshine, 100% from 100% all weekend. Can Mike Godsall keep that running? It's going to be charged down by Mark Schultz and the Artist. He's had a great day, and their flag is down, ladies and gentlemen. Good start indeed. It is the Moonshine on the inside, up the outside, down top, charging hard. We've got the Artist in there. Nick Borg in the performance, and the Hybos been left behind as they charge down into turn number 1. It is pretty crowded down there, but it is Moonshine leading the way from Nick Borg. Oh, looks like the Artist has been bogged down in the corner, and Segato out there, and he's now in 4th position. About time, running on the outside, but it is everybody trying to chase down the man who has done it all this weekend. The Moonshine leads the way out in front. Nick Borg chasing down hard in Performance. We've got Mark Schultz, who's fallen back now. He's trying to make up ground. He's in 4th position. We've got a harbour spinner from the high bar as they head down. But it is all right. Godsall and the Moonshine. Mark Schultz trying to make up ground into 3rd position, but at the moment, back straight awaits for Moonshine Racing. Nick Borg doing a great job in his 2nd position, about time, and then the Artist.
Mike Godsall doing an outstanding job down the back straight. Has a 100-metre lead over Nick Borg in Performance, but the Artist trying to fight back. He actually got bogged down in turn number 1, and it cost him 3 positions. He's dropped back into P4, but trying to come back. Yellow flag on display. 1 lap to go, and here comes Mark Schultz trying to get down the outside, on the inside of Matt Smith out of Adelaide. In 2nd place, Performance by Nick Borg as our leader, already coming down the main straight, or the back straight for the last time. Then we have Nick Borg in 2nd, Matt Smith out into 3rd, and the Artist just watch above everybody. They got the PC9s from the Royal Australian Air Force flying straight down the Murray River right over the top of us as checkered flag falls for Mike Godsall. in Moonshine. Unbeatable over 2 days, 2 rounds of the X100 Tattoos R Us National Drivers Championship. A sensational effort, the Godson family. Well done, guys. That's been a hard slog all weekend, but you've come through undefeated. Nick Book, a great run in there, final for second place. And then Matt Smith from Adelaide, about time. Unfortunately for Mark Smith, really got bogged down coming out of turn number 1. He must have got a little bit cramped during the corner there. And he tried to do his best to come back at Matt Smith, but just wasn't able to. And then we had Lewis Mills down the back, rounding out the 5. 5 started, 5 finished for the A final of the National Drivers Championship, brought to you by Tattoos R Us.
So guys, just a quick update. If you keep your eyes open, I believe that the RAAF have been doing some training up here this weekend with their PC-21 aircraft. I believe that they're the baby jets that they train their pilots with. My understanding is they've only just left the airport and that we probably will get a chance to see them come through. I know I saw them off to the right-hand side of the broadcast here. I don't know whether they're doing a loop and they're coming back through. I believe that would probably be them coming out from the back there. But either way, keep your eyes open. The PC-21 is the aircraft that they use to train with. And I believe the Mildura Airport on Friday, the 24th of October, if you're a local, from 3 till 6 p.m. will be open for families to go out and have a look at. There'll be a community barbecue. You can come and check out the planes, talk to the pilots and all the rest of it. Community local vibes, and yet another great day put on by the RAAF, and thank you very much for them for getting involved and coming out for a bit of a look at the very least, guys. So some fast action above the water as well as on it, fellas.
Righto, so we now have the Sunraysia Gold Cup final positions. Out of pole number 1 will be Too Impulsive Jared Smith with a very, very impressive time of 1 minute 36.7. Blake Ramsey will be in Destiny out of pole position number 2 with 139.1. Tate Ramsey will be on his outside in lane number 3. Lay it on with a 139.4. Brent Lewis Decision will be out of lane number 4 with a 139.9. So very jammed up in those. 2nd, 3rd and 4th separated by only a couple of hundredths. And in lane number 5 will be Brett Nidry in the BNR engines coming in with a 142.8. And Mad Dog will be our reserve at a 145.8. So we've got some great racing there with Jared Smith in the Too Impressive being literally 2.5 seconds quicker than our next runner in Blake Ramsey in Destiny.
As Mark Godson grabs the checkered flag and goes for a victory lap here on the outside the front of the Mildura Ski Club. As we said, undefeated all weekend, started Friday afternoon in qualifying. They had another qualifying session yesterday afternoon, and in the meantime took out round 1 yesterday and just backs it up with a sensational drive all day today and take us out round number 2 of the Tattoos R Us National Drivers Championship. So a lock and load, second of our 6-litre boats into the water. Cranky and Dave Freeman already sitting in the water. Everybody else, I see Rastus making his way down to the boat ramp as well, so it won't be very much longer. We'll get going in the 6-litre category, brought to you by Kavanagh Auto Parts. It's straight into this A main final.
dominated all weekend. Godsall in the Moonshine. So 6 litres will be up next, ladies and gentlemen. Just waiting for them to come into the water for their A main final. Lost a couple over the weekend with some engine dramas, but still I think we've got, what have we got? So we've got Rastus out of pole number 1 with Stephen O'Rarity. Cabs with Brenton Walsh in 2. Maruda, Troy Chipping in 3. Cranky with Dave Freeman in 4. And Lock and Load is going to come out of lane number 5. So waiting for all those competitors to jump into the water. A big congratulations to the Moonshine team this weekend. Unbeatable. Number 1 in qualifying in both sessions and has won 4 from 4 throughout the weekend and just dominating the finals. So great racing from Moonshine. And of course we'll need to be provisional because we do need to check his GPS, but hasn't had an issue all weekend with speed.
I would dare say, PC, he's certainly not going to make a mistake in this one with what he's done so far through the weekend.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Wouldn't have thought so, but just in case, we'll have it as provisional and get it confirmed very, very shortly.
Guys are down here with the winner of round 1 and then backs it up with round 2.
As I said,
for the Tattoos are
still running in that one. We'll then finish with the 25 horsepower, the KLG 25 horsepower point score system, and then we will be running into the Gold Cup.
Correct, the 25 support. Down to you, Vaughan.
Yeah, guys, I'm down here with the winner of round 1 yesterday afternoon, and then he's taken out and backed it up again today with the winner of round 2 of the X100 National Drivers Championship, brought to you by Tattoos R Us. Mike Godsall, that has been a flawless weekend, my friend.
Yeah, pretty happy to get the clean sweep. It's a credit to the team and the sponsors, everyone that's given us a hand. I can't thank everybody enough, and the competitors. You know, there's some good boats out there, and I'm just so happy we could keep it in front of them. You know, it's again, it's just a credit to the team, and thank you so much to everyone that was involved with organising the NDC and getting this X100 class off the ground, because it's fantastic for the sport. I'm really happy to see it.
Yeah, Mark Schultz has done a great job and showing a lot of support for the encouragement and growth of this sport. It's certainly going to get the airtime now on 7 Plus and 7 Mate. In a couple of weeks, you'll be able to sit down with a cold beer and watch how good you have been over this weekend.
Can't wait to see it. Yeah, I love it. Thank you very much to Tattoos R Us and the sponsors and everyone involved. It's been fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mike Godsall, the driver of Moonshine Racing. A perfect score all weekend, and he'll be looking forward to some more success as this X100, sponsored by Tattoos R Us, continues into the future here as part of our 4 National Drivers Championships on the go. And as I walk back to the pit area, just happened to come across the Commodore of the Adelaide Speedboat Club in Jared Smith. And Jared, you've got a fairly big event coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's right, Vaughan. We've down at Adelaide in about 4 weeks' time. We'll be holding our Darwin Gold Cup as well with the Australian Championship for the Marjorie Watson. So it'll be an event just like this. A lot of blown boats, a lot of noise, good support classes as well. So yeah, it's great to see powerboat racing back alive and a lot of people here. And what a great event this one's been as well. So we hope to be able to back one up just as good.
Unlucky not to make it into the Harrison, mate, but you got your eyes on the Sunraysia coming up to round out a stellar weekend of powerboat racing.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate heat for us in the Harrison, but yeah, we were lucky to get some good pole draws for the Sunraysia, and to put in on pole 1 is as good a win to me. So
we'll 6 litres now going back out for there.
See what we can do, I guess.
A main final. It is also the final of the
We'll catch up with you soon, buddy.
Very prestigious 6 litre trophy run throughout Australia. Very, very highly sought after, that's for certain. Competitors come far and wide to win this trophy every year. We will have the 5 runners in this particular one, brought to you by Mildura Toyota. Thank you very much for their support. As I said, they've got one of their NRV vehicles up the back there, and go and have a look and talk to the team at Mildura Toyota. Rastus, Steve Rowley, he hasn't put a foot wrong all day today. He's been unbelievably consistent, winning all his heats. Cavs with Brendan Walsh out of lane 2. Bruder will be Troy Strickland out of 3. Cranky, Dave Freeman 4, and Ryan McIntosh will be locker and load. We've got a couple that unfortunately have not been able to make the start for the finals here today, including our winner yesterday, Corey Marlin, in the sick puppy, who unfortunately is not able to make this one.
Yeah, a bit of disappointment we don't see Corey in this one. I was looking forward to a head-to-head battle with Steve Rarity. Brenton Walsh out there in Cavs, Troy Sherpig from Riverland in Bruder, Dave Freeman in Cranky, and Ryan McIntosh. He's been going fairly well, unfortunately not suited with pole 5. Going to have to take the long way around.
Well, you know what, guys, with the race that's got coming up with this Gold Cup, nothing would fit better to it than a coldie in your hand. I can see the bar over there is a little bit on the lean side. So if anyone wants to head over there and grab some coldies before we run into these last couple of fast rides for the day, and what I will say, Vaughan and PC for the weekend, now's the time to go over to the bar and grab what you need to grab and come back ready on the bank.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, we'll see. John, you can
be right.
Us out, mate.
Yeah, good on you, boys. I knew that was going to happen. But yeah, that's the best advice I can give you.
So we got 25 horsepower action coming up very shortly with 5 of the fastest 25s. And they will be going for the KLG 25 horsepower cup this weekend as well. Here they come. What an impressive sight that is as they come around the corner. The Murray River about to get very noisy and very fast. This is the A final of the National Drivers' Championship, brought to you by Kavanagh Auto Parts, and a bit of squeezing going on out wide near the shore with Cranky, Bruder and Lock and Load. He's down into turn number 1. He's got a good 20 metres over Cavs around the outside. Brenton Walsh trying to go with him. But look at this boat of rarities. It just sits on the top of the water. And unfortunately, it looks like Bruder getting the worst of the exit out of turn number 1. Rarity already out to 100 metres now. But the battle is on for second place. Brenton Walsh right out in the middle of the Murray River. And that looks like Ryan McIntosh in lock and load. Coming from P5, moving himself up into P3 now. 1 lap down. 2 to go here in the A final. Steve Rarity, can he hang on to this one and take away the second round of the National Drivers' Championship, brought to you by Kavanagh Auto Parts. Back to Brenton Walsh driving Cavs. Then we go back to Ryan McIntosh in the lock and load, Cranky and Bruder.
But Steve Rowley in the Rastus now. Yellow flag, 1 lap to go. Steve has had an amazing weekend today. We'll see this run through this last lap here of the A main final of the 6-litre National Drivers' Championship and the Clyde Lewis Trophy. Lock and load, Ryan McIntosh into 3rd place. It's up the back straight away now. It is all Rowley in the Rastus. Still a magnificent job. There's a little bit of pressure here on Brenton Walsh in the Cas machine and Lock and Load in 3rd. So we see now Steve Rowley in the Rastus machine. He has had a magnificent Sunday to dream of here, taking out the 6-litre National Drivers' Championship A main and the Clyde Lewis Trophy. Coming in 2nd place, it consists of Brenton Walsh in Cavs. 3rd place, Ryan McIntosh in the Lock and Load's doing a good job. We'll just follow the field through. Here comes Jesse Freeman in the Cranky machine, Dave Freeman, sorry, and of course we've got out the back Bruder finishing out the field. What a weekend it has been now for Steve Rarity in the Rastus machine.
Yeah, certainly was, mate. It's been a great drive in this one to round out the A main final here this afternoon. While you had your head down looking at the tablet there, BC, Cranky went for a big ride, went on a big gunnel slap, and it was a really slow one from side to side, slow at about 120 mile an hour.
And likewise, Vaughan, a little bit earlier off the corner, the same sort of thing occurred. So, yeah, a little bit unstable, but true champion pedalled it out.
That certainly was. You just drive through it. As I'm going to disappear down and go and have a chat with Steve Rarity. I'll be back up here very shortly.
Well, Paul, a pretty solid sort of a day so far down here. We've had a number of races throughout the weekend that have delivered and over-delivered on what has occurred over the weekend.
It's been fantastic racing, and give it out for the Rastus guys and girls. The boat has been flawless all weekend and very deserving here to have won the A main final of the 6 litre National Drivers' Championship and also the Clyde Lewis Trophy. We've taken the hatch off so he can get his checkered flag up. So give the team a big round of applause. Put on a great show all weekend, and looking forward to jumping on their Facebook site and seeing the footage, because they do put up their footage and deliver some really cool stuff. So get out there and support them. But that team's very deserving indeed. It's been faultless all weekend and a great win.
Yeah, make some noise for the guys. They've done a pretty solid job all weekend and doing what they've done, and the Rastus guys have made it look, well, kind of easy, but it certainly hasn't been, that's for sure. Waiting patiently for Vaughan down on the foreshore area to have a chat with the guys involved. I know he'll be right on at the moment that he can. And how about you put your hands together for him as he jumps the thing out of the water. It just shows the sheer aggression and the power that this thing's got as it talks its way clean out of the water with that checkered flag furled above the cabin. Great sight to see, PC.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and no doubt the team will celebrate pretty hard tonight. They'll enjoy a few, so that's good on them, and they work hard, this team. They're at a lot of race meetings, come out of New South Wales.
Yep.
And do support a lot of racing and even club days, so it's really fantastic to see them here at Mildura putting on a magnificent show.
Yeah. I can see Vaughan's down there, Vaughan Brewer, waiting patiently for the driver to pop out of the hole, but we've got a little bit of belt and helmet to work to do before we do that.
Now, you'd think Vaughan would have a bit of commitment and get his shoes wet, wouldn't you, and just go straight in and just do the interview on the side of the boat.
Not happening. That's okay, though. He's down there on the foreshore area, and I'm sure he'll have the discussion that's required with...
Well, we can chuck Steve in the water now because he's last race of the day for him. So
I was going to say, that's a tradition up here at the moment, isn't it, by the sound of it?
It is a very good tradition.
I tell you what, guys, with the amount of sweat coming off Steve Rarity at the moment, it already looks like he's gone for a swim. Must be stifling hot inside that cockpit with the lid shut. And we're just waiting for Steve to make his way out onto common ground. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for round 2 winner of the Kavanagh Auto Parts National Drivers' Championship for 2025. Mate, I know that you don't like to talk, but you must be able to say something and some thank yous.
Oh, mate, it's been great. The weekend's been good to me. I've been lucky. Thank you very much for the crowd and the club, and for our team, Omen, everyone who looks after me. Fantastic. Thanks heaps.
And if you look over that way, mate, you'll get your ugly mug on GP Hydro live streaming. So thanks to Scotty Lambert and the guys up there. Mate, what's next for Rastus?
This will be the last one for a while. She's going in for overhaul, and we'll be back.
We'll be back, and threatening as ever.
Oh, well, see how we go, eh?
Well, mate, you've got a young upstart on his way from Queensland who's going to probably go head-to-head with you.
Yeah, he's a bit of fun, that one. He's a cheeky little bugger, but there's going to be some good racing.
It will be, mate. Congratulations on a fantastic weekend. The driver of Rastus, Steve Rarity. And a bit of squeezing going on out wide near the shore with Cranky, Bruder and Lock and Harry.
Lovely indeed.
Down into turn number 1. He's got a good 20 metres over Cavs around the outside. Brenton Walsh trying to go with him, but look at this boat of rarities that just sits on the top of the water. And unfortunately, it looks like Bruder getting the worst of the exit out of turn number 1. Rarity already out to 100 metres now, but the battle is on for second place. Brenton Walsh right out in the middle of the Murray River, and that looks like Ryan McIntosh in lock and load, coming from P5.
And Tyler Scott in the Aquasonic. We've got some good racing between the family here of Sophie Thompson and Ryan Thompson. And we've also got the Supernaut with Cameron Allen behind the wheel, rounding out the field for R25s for their last race of the day. Alrighty, we're down to 5 in this one. We've got a couple of breakdowns. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we do indeed. So out of pole number 1, Tyson Heathcote. The flag is down, ladies and gentlemen, and it is a good start here for Filthy on pole number 1. But you can also see Aquasonic Tyler Scott just poking his nose in front in about pole number 3. It is then Sophie Thompson in the Aquaholic and the Master Force of Orion Thompson. And rounding out the field will be the Supernaut with Cameron Allen driving in 5th position at the moment as they head down. The Filthy's just taking a little bit of a lead now over Aquasonic. The inside pole really does help you when you're in a 25. That's for certain. It's a bit of an advantage. But we also see Sophie Thompson there in the Aquaholic into 3rd position, and a brother Ryan Thompson in the Master Force into 4th. And rounding out the field is the Supernaut of Cameron Allen.
Tyler Scott starting to make some advance towards the front. Oh, getting a lot of air under the front was Tyson that time on the entry into turn number 2. Can Tyra put some power down now? He's run close up against the pin. Now he comes out nice and wide. So he's going to swap positions. Does Aquasonic and Tyler Scott. It's actually cost him a little bit, but now he should be able to make it up with that straight line charge down the main straight.
Yeah, it's a good little battle. They've been at it all weekend long. It's been back and forward, and they're the same also with the Thompson family, with Aquaholic driven by Sophie Thompson and Master Force driven by Ryan Thompson. They've been swapping positions all weekend, and bragging rights over the dinner table tonight will be discussed for sure as we round out the field with the Supernaut with Cameron Allen. But out in front, Filthy has pulled a little bit of a gap, which is very unusual for this weekend, over Aquasonic with Tyler Scott behind the wheel. Beautiful little boat with a little capsule. It looks sensational, but it's in 2nd position at the moment. Aquaholic is there. Sophie Thompson doing a fantastic job in 3rd position, being chased down by her brother Ryan in the Master Force.
The little green boat's like set up beautifully. It's just holding its head up high and getting bounced around too much, and as I said, that runs across the wake of the boats that have previously been there. Oh, Tyler Scott right out of the water, and he's trying to mow down the boat out in front of Tyson Heathcote, and that is Filthy.
We've just had Ryan Thompson have a half a spin and went up the inside of the turn, boys. So that's a penalty. So that will promote the Supernaut Cameron Allen into 4th position. And Sophie Thompson will be going, thank you, brother, for having that half a spin, because now I've got one up on you.
Argument solved.
Yes,
down the back straight for the last time. Tyson Heathcote in Filthy. Been running side by side all weekend with Tyler Scott, but able to get away this time by some 50 metres. And how's this boat of Tyler Scott? It's got its nose sitting up nice and proud, just hoping that no gusts of wind come and get underneath these boats. And the Aquaholic coming across in 3rd place. And of course that is driven by Sophie Thompson. And then we go back to Master Force boat, who will actually lap. And rounding out the field will be Supernaut now. And, well, it won't be Supernaut. It'll be back to front after that 1 lap penalty is applied. Checkered flag for Tyson Heathcote. Takes the win over Tyler Scott from the Victorian Speedboat Club. And coming across the line in 3rd place, this beautiful green boat, Aquaholic, Sophie Thompson. And unfortunately for this boat, coming across the line now, that'll get a 1 lap penalty, Master Force. And that will promote Supernaut, driven by Cameron Allen. He will finish in 4th place. And that's the way they're going to finish in the KLG 25 horsepower cup.
So with the Sunraysia Gold Cup 2, we're actually going to have a non-qualifier race. So we are going to see the non-qualifiers have a run, and then we'll see the actual final happen. So the non-qualifiers at this moment in time is Mad Dog Les Smith. He's subject obviously to B&R getting going, so they'll be having some conversations around that. Cranky with Dave Freeman, Supernova, always pumping. Adams Test and Tag, Simmons and Clark, and Brutus 7. 7's going to be pretty chockers, I think.
Wow, it's going to get fairly rough out there too. You'll probably see the water conditions change quite drastically. So I think this is the first time we'll have 7 displacement boats out on the water at once. So yes, watch these water conditions. After about the second lap, she's going to get very lumpy, and you might see some boats flying.
And then our final race of the day will be the Sunraysia Gold Cup. As I said, we have the times in. It is too impulsive with Jared Smith, a very, very handy 1 minute 36.7, dominating by about 2 seconds over Destiny with a 139.1, with Blake Ramsey behind the wheel. His brother Tate will be next to him on Lay It On, a 139.4. Decision will be next out at 139.9, and B&R Engines at 142.8 will be our finalist for the Sunraysia Gold Cup.
Hey Vaughan, we're going to jump in just for a couple of moments, boys. I'm down here with the Savage Promotions tent and just having a bit of a chat with the girls down here. First of all, hey Zoe, how's your weekend been?
It's been really good.
I didn't see that, but I can stand on it. There you go, it's better. Hey, people have been kind to you?
Yeah, they've been really good.
Good on you. He's one of the girls who's been working down here. Phoebe, how's your weekend been, huh?
Yeah, it's been really good.
How did you like the feeding frenzy down here? That was pretty cool, wasn't it, right?
Yeah, it was pretty hectic. We've still got some more stuff to go if you need some t-shirts.
Oh, Mark, I love you because that's exactly what I do. Hey, where are you, Mark? Get over here, dude. I'm standing here and I'm looking at all this gear. You know, really cool part about it?
Better looking than me.
Oh, yeah, way better. Hey, they've just gone through the path of actually folding everything up. I'm going to turn it into a quagmire. And look at this. There's one hoodie left, dude. Are you serious? What do you want to do to get rid of that?
I reckon $10.
First person to come and give me that $10 for that's got it. Come on, someone give me $10. Come and grab this hoodie for $10. You know, that's the last...
The last one, $10.
It is, $10. There you go, that's yours. Come over and grab that, done. Stubby holders, still got 4 for 10. Still 4 for 10.
There's not many of those left, but hey, 5 for 10.
5 for $10. That's $2 each. Come and grab those. And the tees and the singlets, $10 an item. Look at that. That bin's empty. We can toss that out. Just jump that down the bottom there. There you go. And look at this. Still a handful of items left. Come over and do us a deal. Mark, love doing deals with you.
Mate, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. What a great weekend of racing.
Absolutely. And, of course, we're looking forward to it happening again and again. We love running events here at Mildura. We love making noise. We love, well, just doing things in general.
Mate, you're the man, aren't you?
You reckon? I'm doing this stuff, mate. It's cool, right? I better grab my glasses before someone else decides that they're getting them for nothing. How about that? And, mate, next year we'll see if we can't get you up a little bit further because the walk down here is like halfway to the down to the Dockside Cafe.
Yeah, it's down the wrong end of the deal. But hey, next time we'll be up there in the middle somewhere near the bar.
Mate, now you're talking. I used to be alcohol and blind. Now I'm just alcohol. It's all good. Right, down here at the Savage Promotions van, Keith, Lou, Zoe, Phoebe, and this is Knucklehead here, Mark, busy. Come down with your handfuls of cash. Looks like the hoodie's gone. The stubby holders are moving quickly. And don't forget the tees and the singlets for $10 each. You can't even buy a shirt like that to mow the lawn in, guys. Come down and be part of it. And as I said, let's clear the dude's stock out before we send him home empty-handed. Back to you up in commentary, boys.
Thanks very much down there, John, and the Mark and the staff over there at Savage Force doing a fantastic job here this weekend. Hope everybody's been able to grab a memento of what has been a fantastic weekend of powerboat racing. Our non-qualifiers making their way into the water for the Sunraysia Gold Cup for the non-qualifiers. And as PC said, Mad Dog from Western Australia, the S82 or the WA82. And Les Smith, he's going to start on pole position. Dave Freeman in that little red boat. Cranky, he'll start out of pole 2. Then we'll have Scotty Cleaver in the Supernova out of 3. Always pumping Dennis Pasala, and hopefully a good run coming for Dennis Pasala in this one. He's been battling a few behaviour problems this weekend with the boat, but hopefully he's been able to sort that out and get that back on tune, ready for this one. Adam Smith from South Australia. He will start out of P5. Then we have Ryan Stunnell, another South Australian here this weekend for Simons and Clark. And rounding out the field, Troy Sherpig from Berry, and he will be running Brooder out of pole 7. So as we were just saying before our break there, the water is going to chop up quite considerably once you've got 7 boats out there. So for any of these tunnels, they're probably going to be in for a bit of a rough ride if they don't get away quickly. So we're just having a look down at the boat ramp. I can see Always Pumping. He's still got to go in the water. So currently we have 5 runners. So Brooder and Cranky, they've just appeared in the 6-litre National Drivers' Championship, so probably taking a couple of minutes to turn those boats around. It's doing some final checks and a bit of fuel added in. So we're just looking up towards the pit area now to see whether our 2 6-litre boats will actually participate in this one. 5 in the water. And we won't be too far away from the green flag, I would suggest, on this one. This is the Sunraysia Gold Cup race for non-qualifiers for the big one. Yep, green flag is up, so it looks like we will miss Brooder and Cranky out of this one. So that's going to condense the field a little bit as far as the... And it will also lessen the impact on the water conditions as this race progresses. 3 laps is the journey coming up for our non-qualifiers. Les Smith in the 400 small block, getting his way up. He's had a fairly good weekend. He'd have to be happy he hasn't broken the boat at all. No major engine issues on board the Mad Dog this weekend. Supernova, Scotty Cleaver, he's just been bobbling around in the background, clocking up points, and that's what's most important thing to do.
And we've got Dennis Pasala here and trying to get the Always Pumping fired up. We've seen a couple of boats stuck in this position all weekend, so hopefully Dennis will get this thing moving in a second. He's not in the best position, that's for certain.
No, certainly not there. And hopefully we'll get this
I think he's
hatch up.
Start boats. Oh, unfortunately for Dennis, Always Pumping, something's let him down.
Just waiting a dead giveaway, it's all over as if the hatch comes up.
Yeah, he hasn't opened it up yet, so
no,
he might be
he's still
waiting.
trying. I just don't even see it turning over or attempting to turn over at the moment.
That little spot's like the Bermuda Triangle, isn't it?
It
just stops.
There's something wrong there. There's magnetics or something underneath that are killing batteries and killing electronics.
We saw it twice yesterday, so it's happened again today.
Yeah, can't even hear it trying to crank over. So they'll be on the radio at the moment. I can see the team on the radio talking to Stephen Scott down there. But our recovery boat is now heading over to the stricken boat of Dennis Pasala, the Always Pumping boat out of Victoria. You can see his crew member still on the cans, trying to give him some advice or some assistance there to try and get the boat started. But still, the hatch has not been raised.
He's saying, get away from me, boys. I'm going to have a crack at him.
Well, if he fires it up now, he'll jump straight over the top of that boat.
They've also got to be very conscious of the competitors that are up there milling around. They only carry enough fuel just to do the race and a lap or two after that. So by them milling around up there, waiting, it can affect the other guys' races. But I think it is now.
Trailer going into the water.
So the always pumping has stopped pumping at this point in time. He's, they're giving another minute. Just trying to fire up.
I just can't see anything moving in the back of that boat at all.
Still hatch hasn't opened, but now it is.
Now it is. Unfortunately for Dennis Basala, it is now officially game over. So now we'll be down to 4. Mad Dog, Supernova, Adams Test and Tune, and Ryan Stunnell.
Well, your man from Western Australia will be looking good out of pole number 1, Les Smith and the Mad Dog.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens here. Pole 1 didn't do him many favours last race, last time out. So, yeah, unfortunately, we got a little bit cut off with our interview with Jared Smith. But I was just about to ask him what it was like to be in the wash behind one of these unlimited displacement boats, and just gave him the car wash from hell. He's lucky he didn't actually blow the windscreen in. So white flag still hasn't been raised by race control at the moment.
We've still got to clear him off here. He's let go of the rope, unfortunately. That's the way, clip it on, much better.
So we can hear those forced induction boats just milling around up and around the corner to the west of the race circuit. Now we've got a more contact point for him. We'll be able to get rid of Dennis Basala off the water at the moment. And these other boats, like you say, PC, they carry the minimal amount of fuel to keep the weight down in the boats.
Yeah, well, they do. And they're milling around. Sometimes you can cost yourself a bit of fuel. But we'll see them in a second. White flag is up now, so they would be giving the go-ahead to the barn dog to bring him on to the start line. Big shame for always pumping with Dennis Basala.
Yeah, another guy that's been up against it all weekend with a brand new deal on board that boat too. New gearbox, a new engine, and unfortunately a lot of teething problems this weekend. But just like all of the rest of the other forced induction boats, once they get going, they are just phenomenal. The speed out of this thing, unbelievable. Twin turbocharged V8, well over 400 cubic inch. So we wait for the barn dog to bring them back. The white flag is still raised down here at race control. So it must have gone a long way down the river. Yeah, they come like they are accelerating now. Still not in sight. Now Barney's in sight. With that beautifully prepared Simon Isherwood boat down from the Gold Coast. So 4 runners left in this one. It's Mad Dog, Supernova, Adams Test and Tune, and Simons and Clark. 2 forced inductions, 2 tunnel boats. Let's go racing for our non-qualifiers in the Sunraysia Gold Cup. The rest of the start is letting it go down into turn number 1. Mad Dog on the inside in pole 1 should be able to come out in front and does so. There he gets the better of the exit. Les Smith is really good on the exits, and here we go. Drives away from Supernova. Now the twin turbocharged V8 winds itself up, gets up on boost and tries to run with Les Smith in the W82 down into turn number 2 for the first time. Keeps it nice and flat, hard on the throttle as he accelerates the 400 cubic inch motor with the clean slow on the top of it. The W82 of Les Smith from Scotty Cleaver. Then we go back to the 91 of Ryan Stunnell, and Adam Smith rounds out our top 4 as Les Smith still, Scotty Cleaver, he's slowed down. That's allowed Ryan Stunnell to get through up into second place and gives Adam Smith a chance to have a crack at Supernova as well. As they go down into turn number 2, it is Les Smith.
Les Smith leading away. Yellow flag is out in a second position at the moment. We've seen the Simmons of Clark and Ryan Stunnell taking over from Supernova. He's now back in the fourth position, all the way from Western Australia. Mad Dog Les Smith leads the way from Simmons of Clark, Ryan Stunnell, and we've got the Supernova Scott Cleaver. He's just a little bit slow through the turns at the moment, but out the back straight now. It is Western Australian Mad Dog Les Smith. He will be seeing the checkered flag as he comes out of the final turn for his weekend here at Mildura Ski Club. A great drive indeed. Les Smith, the Mad Dog, Lincoln Huntington in the Gold Cup. Consolation heat always coming through now. Simmons Clark, Ryan Stunnell, a good drive in the 91. Third place B. Adam's tested tag with Adam Smith behind the wheel, taking it over from Supernova. Scotty Cleaver just didn't have the pace through the corners.
Well, the guys down there at Mad Dog Racing, they'll be very happy with that one. Of course, the driver, Les Smith, team engineer in Anthony Bertoli, Chris Dravett, and coming on board this weekend for assistance is Heath Hamilton from the Glen Maggie and Districts Boat Club, Mick Taranto, and all the way across from the Riverland Boat Club in Chris Phil from Berry Diesel Services. Thanks very much for helping out and bringing Les Smith over here to Mildura for this one. At least he's going to go home with something, PC. It's a long way. Shows the commitment of Les and the rest of the team.
Oh, he's had a great weekend despite the fact that he probably hasn't come away with the exact wins he's looking for. But, you know, you start and finish and you go out there and have a great time. And, yeah, put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen has come a long, long way from Western Australia to compete this weekend and put a show on for everybody. So Les Smith in the Mad Dog, all the way from Western Australia. Put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. He's put in a fantastic effort indeed.
Yeah, we'll just wait for him to sit up out of the cockpit and take the helmet off, and then we'll get the crowd to give him a bit of a rev up. As you said, it's a big commitment to come 3,500 kilometres. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together all the way from Western Australia, Les Smith. So Anthony Bertoli sitting on the shore there, and Chris Dravett is the waterman. And of course, Les jumping out now. Les absolutely hates public speaking, so I won't go down and embarrass him. He won't get a word out of him.
Yeah, and that can usually be a bit embarrassing, mate, when you go down to do that.
That's all right. I should go down and talk to his team engineer and Anthony Bertoli and Chris Dravett. Those guys, you can't shut those two up. But it's Les has got the issue.
Heath will like a few words, I'm sure.
Oh, of course he would. Yeah, we've already had words.
Good work.
He's a great guy from the Glen Maggie and Districts Boat Club.
Well, guys, for GDS Freight Management, our naming rights sponsor and our sponsor for the Sunraysia Gold Cup as well, it looks like we are saddling up for what will be the penultimate event. An ultimate event for the weekend. And mate, just for myself, between you two guys, PC of course and Vaughan, it's been an amazing weekend. We've seen so much action down here since Friday afternoon, and some surprises none of us thought we would ever see occurred. Some of them are probably predictable to a point. The weather, without saying too much over the 3 days, on the average has been pretty good. We've had some nice warm days, a little breeze that's helped out. And what an amazing venue to have it at, hey?
Yep, certainly has, and the crowd have been really supportive all here. I was really surprised how many people were out here on the Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Normally that's a 9 to 5 working day, but we still had quite a few people out here. A little bit less yesterday, but probably the most spectators here today. So thank you very much for your patronage here, and as we said, you've witnessed the Australia's best powerboat drivers here, giving us some world-class action. So one more race to go. Stick around. It's going to be very, very good. The Sunraysia Gold Cup.
They're just about to bring him down. I can see the first of the competitors lay it on. Yes, he's on the ramp and ready to go. So followed by Destiny. Tate Ramsey and Blake Ramsey are the first two looking forward to getting in the water for the finals.
So let's run through our pole positions, PC. On pole position, the egg beater from South Australia, Jared Smith in 2 Impulsive. And what a debut of that new boat to the Smith family racing team. 2016 DAC, imported from Italy. That was driven by Brock Cohen in the Formula 2 World Championships. So it's great to see that boat now back in Australia with Jared behind the wheel. Out of pole number 2 from Geelong in Victoria, it will be Blake Ramsey. Alongside him, lay it on, his brother, Tate Ramsey. Then all the way down from Queensland, Brent Lewis in the Image, Hull driving Decision, and Brett Nidry, the engine whisperer in that beautiful orange and white boat. He'll start out a 5.
Yeah, I just saw his father, John, and everything looks okay there. He's happy days, and team have been having a good one. Of course, Brett Nidry, he does 3 of the engines in this particular race, because he does Blake Ramsey's engine, he does Tate Ramsey's engine, and he does his own engine. So he's got a couple of customers in this one, as well as himself.
Plus, outside of that, there's sprint cars, drag cars, burnout cars. Supernova, not a lot, Adams Test and Tune, and Simons and Clark. 2 forced inductions, 2 tunnel boats. Let's go racing for our non-qualifiers in the Sunraysia Gold Cup. The rest of the start is going to head down into turn number 1. Mad Dog on the inside in pole 1 should be able to come out in front, and does so. There he gets the better of the exit. Les Smith is really good on the exits, and here we go. Drives away from Supernova. Now the twin turbocharged V8 winds itself up, gets up on boost and tries to run with Les Smith in the W82. Down into turn number 2 for the first time. Keeps it nice and flat, hard on the throttle as he accelerates. The 400 cubic inch motor with the first glory on the top of it. The W82 of Les Smith from Scotty Cleaver. Then we go back to the 91 of Ryan Stunnell, and Adam Smith rounds out our top 4 as Les Smith still, Scotty Cleaver, he's slowed down. That's allowed Ryan Stunnell to get through up into second place, and gives Adam Smith a chance to have a crack at Supernova as well. As they go down into turn number 2, it is Les Smith.
Les Smith leading away. Yellow flag is out in the second position at the moment. We've seen the Simmons and Clark and Ryan Stunnell taking over from Supernova. He's now back in the 4th position, all the way from Western Australia. Mad Dog Les Smith leads the way from Simmons and Clark, Ryan Stunnell, and we've got the Supernova, Scott Cleaver. He's just a little bit slow through the turns at the moment, but out the back straight now, it is Western Australian Mad Dog, Les Smith. He will be seeing the checkered flag as he comes out of the final turn for his weekend here at Mildura Ski Club. A great drive indeed. Les Smith, the Mad Dog, brings it home in the Gold Cup. Consolation heat always coming through now. Simmons Clark, Ryan Stunnell, a good drive in the 91. Third place B. Adams Test and Tag with Adam Smith behind the wheel, taking it over from Supernova. Scotty Cleaver just didn't have the pace through the corners.
Well, the guys down there at Mad Dog Racing, they'll be very happy with that one. Of course, the driver, Les Smith, team engineer in Anthony Bertoli, Chris Dravett, And coming on board this weekend for assistance is Heath Hamilton from the Glen Maggie and Districts Boat Club, Mick Taranto, and all the way across from the Riverland Boat Club in Crisville from Berry Diesel Services. Thanks very much for helping out and bringing Les Smith over here to Mildura for this one. To go down as a favourite at the moment, PC. Pole position.
Yeah, definitely pole position, too impulsive, can turn under dial. I just noticed, however, he's having a little bit of trouble. He's got some snaking going on in this front straightaway at full noise, so hopefully he'll be able to control that, because the snaking, you don't want to be doing that when you've got a couple of blown boats right next to you. Of course, the blown boats will probably get to the first corner first, but then he'll nip up the inside and start controlling the race from the inside there. So,
we saw Jared bury that left sponson yesterday as well and gave us a bit of a whoopsie moment.
Yeah, so certainly not infallible, but certainly sits at the top of the heap, ready to roll.
Hey, we've only got 3 in the water at the moment, haven't we, guys?
Yeah, we've got Brett Nidry's just coming in, and Decision is just coming around the corner from the pits, so he'll be down joining us in a moment's time. So all 5 are running as per the running sheet here.
So GDS Freight Management pick up the final this weekend. We do thank Damien and all of the team at the GDS Freight Management crew for their involvement here. They've been a great sponsor for ski racing down here over the years, as well as now picking up some naming rights sponsorship and also picking up the sponsorship to the Sunraysia Gold Cup here for the Sunraysia Spectacular for 2025. PC, great sponsor to have on board.
We thank all of our sponsors for the weekend, and of course the name right sponsor, GTS Freight Management. Very proud to have you on board for the inaugural Sunraysia Gold Cup, and looking forward to this one indeed, as we do see now Brett Nidry in the BNR going in, and Brent Lewis in Decision.
Well, there's the BNR in the water. So really there is only the one boat that we're waiting for now, which is going into the water shortly now, the Decision boat. There it is. So there's your 2 impulsive, Destiny, Lay It On, Decision and BNR. So there's your full field, PC, ready to do battle in this one for the last race of the weekend. This one's for bragging rights big time, I would think.
Well, it's more than bragging rights. It's a big one to win. Be a few nerves out there too. This is there's some horsepower to be unleashed in this one.
Must be relatively warm there. Everyone's got the canopy down, bar the Decision boat that's just gone in.
John, as you alluded to before, 31 races today.
Yeah,
it's
correct.
Just on 3 o'clock, 5 to 3 here, Australian Eastern Standard Daylight Saving Time. And a fantastic effort. We keep praising our workers down there on the boat ramp. They've done a fantastic job. Just one race after another. There's no 20-minute break in between each race.
I suppose too, Vaughan, you've got to look at it from this point of view, that the reason that we're at this point in time, at the time we're at, is because of those guys there.
Definitely, yep.
Yep,
and also some fairly swift decisions being made down in the adjudication area as well. There's a lot of decisions that were made there because they had bearing on the coming races, so they've jumped on it fairly quickly. So we've had a really solid weekend, and I'm not talking about just today. We're talking about the whole weekend of what's been going through.
There is a little bit of drama here, boys. Lay it on. The crew are looking in the back here. They're having a very, very good look. They just called one of the officials over, trying to hold up the start of this particular race. It's at least 3 crew members having a bit of a look in the back, so hopefully
so what have we got down there? Fuel pump? Fuel test? It's right underneath the fuel tank by the look of it.
So doesn't seem to be too much panic, but they're having a good look at it. Shout out to Stephen Scott down there. You've been doing an amazing job, mate, on getting him started all weekend, so thank you very much. He's working very hard. He's got the jog up. Don't do a hammy, Stephen.
Yeah, the boys are still looking.
I suppose the body language is what I look for, PC. You've got guys looking in the back of it there, but no one's rushing around like they need something in a hurry. So let's just wait and see what plays out on that.
Yep, we have to go ahead, the green light, so we'll see. Hopefully there's no issue here with Lay It On. Oh, he's out.
Oh, he's out. Oh, no. Oh, that's not the way to finish your weekend for Tate Ramsey.
No good at all. No good at all for Tate.
So now we're down to 4 runners. 1 tunnel taking on 3 forced induction boats here at the Sunraysia Gold Cup for 2025. Obviously not worth going out and risking it, PC. He got the job done yesterday.
Yeah, he'll be shattered, but
he's a racer. He's going to be disappointed for sure.
That was just something minor. Something's gone wrong in the back end. It's good that the crew have picked up on it. But he'll be shattered that he has to watch this one now from the bank.
Well, the Ramsey family still represented in this one.
They're represented absolutely out there with Blake in Destiny, who's had a fantastic Sunday as well. So, yeah, no good for... He did. He's probably the... he's had a really strong weekend. Probably one of his best ones I've ever seen, actually.
Pretty disappointing that we didn't see Brett Shepherd today in Unleashed, who was clearly fast early on Friday, qualifying second in the National Drivers' Championship hot laps. But, yeah, they had a few issues yesterday and have obviously decided to park it.
So obviously, I would say discretion being the better part of valor there, guys, and the decision's been made. So whilst it's not a great outcome for the lay it on guys, it's probably the right decision being made right there. A very, very clever crew of people, and there would have been a lot of brains trust going into the decision to pull that. So let's just hope that everything's okay at the back end for those guys going forward, hey?
Certainly, John, definitely.
Well, that leaves 4 to go up to the top to come back to do battle for the Sunraysia Gold Cup here this weekend. And those 4, of course, let's have a quick look at them, will be the 2 Impulsive with Jared Smith, who's already gone up there. The Destiny boat with Blake Ramsey's gone. Brent Lewis with the Decision boat headed up. And Brett Nidri, of course, in the B&R boat headed up there as well with Barney Patterson in the Barn Dog. So shortly for race 31, our final today for GTS Freight Management, the Sunraysia Gold Cup will come towards you with 4 of the best and the fastest boats this weekend to do battle in the last one for the day today, and included for the whole weekend, boys.
Certainly has. White flag up. So when we see the white flag down here on the bank, that means that the white flag is up in the start boat as well. So now he'll be lining them up, going 4 abreast as they come down towards us here at the start-finish line. And here they come, right on cue. Barney must have been listening. A 2 Impulsive on pole 1. Probably going to not be the first person down into turn 1, but the guys must leave him room. And that's where he's going to clean up around turn number 1. He'll gain that ground back again, and then hopefully he can go on with it down the back straight. PC, bring us in.
Flag is down and away we go. It is a river start here. As we said, Jared Smith will be into the corner because he hasn't got the horsepower here, but he will hug it very, very tight. Up the inside as we predicted. It is Jared Smith in the 2 Impulsive, but the hammer is down. Have a look at the horsepower now for Blake Ramsey in the Destinies. He runs outside. Blake Ramsey in the B&R. A decision quite lost, but into the corner. Oh, he got it. Oh, stays on it. Stays on it. A good corner here now for Blake in the Destiny. He couldn't pull it up in time. Up the back straight now. This is where Blake's had a few issues. He gets the money horse, but he's got the power down really nicely this time round. As they have the back straight, Destiny. 2 Impulsive, Blake now takes over second position.
Yeah, great pass there around the outside of Jared Smith, but watch the 2 Impulsive right up against the pins, drives the tack into it out, just about contact there with Brett Nidri in the tunnel. Ramsey out of turn number 1 for the last time, beautifully settled on the exit. Again, Smith goes into second place temporarily, but he made cemented this time as Nidri started to jump around. the exit of turn number 2. 1 minute chance for Brett Midry around the outside. He won't do it. Checkered flag is up. Ladies and gentlemen, put it together. Takes out the Sunraysia. Lewis from Queensland in decision. Wow, what a moment there for Jared Smith.
Wow.
Lap number 1 on turn number 2. Jumped right over the wake and just about jumped into the back of Brett Nidry's boat.
How the hell he saved that. Incredible driving there, boys. An amazing effort.
Wow.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, that was unbelievable. Blake Ramsey in the Destiny takes out the Sunraysia Cup. That is unbelievable drive from Jared Smith in the 2 Impulsive. He almost lost it, held it together. He had a great drive next to Brett Nidry, and there was some pushing and shoving, and Brett Nidry did get shoved out quite nicely in lap number 2, so there might be a couple of words about that. It was a pretty good push out. You should need to maintain your lane. But in first place, Blake Ramsey, ladies and gentlemen, in the Destiny. That was an awesome drive. From the moment the flag dropped, he was on it.
Well, I can tell you, Paul, the chairs that were coming and the running round up the top here in the VIP area is anything to go by. Incredible effort for all down there as the boat now heads off with the checkered flag. PC, that's a great moment for them.
Oh, look at that, Destiny. And second place is under review. That was a pretty big shove out from my point of view anyway, but I'm not an official, so I won't make any commentary. But what great racing that was. And give it up to Brett Nidry. But the guys in Destiny, Blake Ramsey, he has had an unbelievably great weekend this weekend. So he deserves it. This thing is powered by a Brett Nidry race engine. One of their major sponsors is Lucas Oils from New Zealand over here. They're cheering him on. They think it's wonderful. So that's good news as well. And give it up for Brett Nidry, everybody. Great drive, Brett. And the B&R, he's done a fantastic job all weekend. Brent Lewis hasn't popped the hood yet into 4th position. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for 2 Impulsive. Jared Smith, he's done a great drive. Great save, mate. That was unbelievable, so well done. And of course, out on course with the checkered flag, the one that he wants, Blake Ramsey in Destiny. Winner yesterday in the Battery World National Drivers' Championship final, and again today here in the Sunraysia Gold Cup. So had a great weekend. Those guys have got a big truck. They can take all the trophies home with them.
They're going to need it, right?
Yeah, they are.
Keeping an eye on Vaughan Brewer down there, who'll be having an interview with the guys in a little while. I know that he'll be itching to have a chat with the guys, so we'll just sit tight and wait. We'll keep an eye on Vaughan. The moment he's ready, we'll throw down. I'll chuck down to you now, Vaughan, while the going's good, buddy.
I was just going to say that I can't go and interview Brett at the moment because he's just gone for a swim and I'm fully clothed, guys. I'm not going in the weight. I'm looking right now. Here he comes now. He's coming out of the water. So we'll have another chat with Brett Nidry after he cools himself off. Brett third place in that race, mate, but we have heard from race control that P2 is under review at the moment.
Oh, is it? Had a good run from the outside, but it was good. I can't complain. So
overall, you'd be happy with the weekend then?
Oh yeah, absolutely ecstatic with the weekend. I had absolutely no testing coming up to this weekend. I just tried to get all my customers' boats ready for the weekend, and I tried to get Baxter's boat going. We had a couple of little issues with that, but we'll get on top of them. But it was a good weekend. The crew worked perfect. One thing, we didn't really touch the boat until that last one. It had a bit of a vapour lock in it when I was coming back to the bank, and basically ran out of fuel. But a bit like me at the moment, I'm running out of fuel. I noticed.
Mate, go and have a drink and celebrate what's been a fantastic weekend for B&R Engines and Brett Nidry. Congratulations. We'll try and catch up with the Commodore of the Adelaide Speedboat Club as he makes his way out of the DAC, the brand new DAC to the Smith family racing team. Impulsive out of Adelaide. And Jared let's start by that big bunny hop over the wake down there, mate. That was a bit of a pucker-up moment.
It certainly was. Thought I could hang on the inside of Blake there, but just wasn't quite enough room, so I jumped across the wash, and yeah, it took a bit to come down, but we got it down and went back in the hunt again. So no, it's well done to Blake. He's had an absolute awesome weekend, and they're a ripper family, so well done to Team Destiny.
First real competitive run in the 2016 DAC. You've done a club run back home, but a club run is completely different to something at a national standard.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah, we run at home against one or two boats, and yeah, it's a home track, so we're used to it. So to come here with the best in the country and be up at the pointy end with them, it's a real credit to my team, and we're really happy with the new boat. So hopefully we can just keep building it up from here now.
Mate, we got cut off before when we were talking about the Adelaide Speedboat Club. You've got a big race meeting coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's right. In about 4 weeks' time, the Adelaide Speedboat Club will be hosting the 2025 Darwin along with the Australian Championship for the Marge Watson, which is unlimited displacement race, with a few other trophies as well and support classes. So we'll try and replicate what Melton have done here. They put on a fantastic event, and hopefully we can do the same in Adelaide.
All right, mate. Well, I can let you know that P2 is actually under review at the moment, so it is only provisional, but go and have a drink with the rest of the family. You've done exceptionally well. Congratulations to Jared Smith from Adelaide, driving the tunnel boat S17, too impulsive. And we wait for our winner to climb out of Destiny. Now we're going to stick around for a couple of minutes. We'll do a wrap-up coming very, very shortly. We'll just wait for Blake to jump out of the boat. They're just making sure it's tied onto the trailer properly.
Hey, Vaughan, if you get a chance, just ask him what his thoughts were of the Mildura compound here.
Yep, we'll do that. So, mate, he's out of the water now. I can probably jump over the back of the boat. No, he's going to go forward again. Here he comes. Blake, I'll just get you to come over this side, bud. We'll go and stand in the sand again and have another chat for the third time this weekend, mate. We've got to stop meeting like this. How about a more sociable environment? Mate, congratulations. All of the, as for the Harrison, we're going to go into a review of the final two positions. So, not quite too sure what happened. We presume it may have been that incident between Jared Smith and Brett Nidri. Did you have a good look at that, or was that in the rear vision mirror?
No, I had absolutely no idea. Ran down the first straight. I think I gave Jared enough room. Came out, stuck it to the water, and I just went past him. I saw that he was in the mirror. I looked like I had enough room. I took the corner. I owned it, I felt. And yeah, from there I couldn't see behind. But I had a feeling they were there.
Mate, it was a ripper race from outside of the cockpit. Yeah, so you've had a fantastic weekend. Yesterday taking out the round win here for the final round of the National Drivers' Championship. And then you backed it up with the Harrison Trophy earlier on this afternoon. And now, just to top your weekend off, you're going to go home with the Sunraysia Gold Cup.
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet feeling. As a kid, I only dreamed of weekends like this. It's been a pretty hard road, but particularly the last couple of years, last 12 months, I thought about chucking it in.
Well, don't do that, mate. We want you back in 2026. Outstanding weekend. Go and enjoy it with the family, mate. We'll catch up with you later on. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. A winner of the Sunraysia Gold Cup, Blake Ramsey.
Good on you, Vaughan. Thank you very much for your on-the-spotters down there. And yeah, very challenging time for all teams, but to come out in front for this one this weekend has been phenomenal. And we must also thank the team at GDS Freight Management for their naming rights sponsorship here this weekend for the entire weekend, and also for their sponsorship across the Sunraysia Gold Cup, which of course we've done and run now. Only thing left to really do now is to do the wrap-up for the GP Hydro, which we'll do in a little while. But yeah, it's been a sensational weekend. I know from a local point of view there was a lot of noise being made in the lead up to the weekend.
Can go on with it down the back straight. PC, bring us in.
Flag is down and away we go. It is a river start here from the As we said, Jared Smith will be into the corner because he hasn't got the horsepower here, but he will hug it very, very tight. Up the inside as we predicted. It is Jared Smith in the 2 Impulsive, but the hammer is down. Have a look at the horsepower now for Blake Ramsey in the Destinies. He runs outside. Blake Ramsey in the B&R and Decision Close, but into the corner here. Oh, he got it over those. Stays on it. Stays on it. A good corner here now for Blake in the Destiny. Blake Ramsey running it third. He couldn't pull it up in time. Up the back straight now. This is where Blake's had a few issues. He gets the money horse, but he's got the power down really nicely this time round. As they have the back straight, Destiny. 2 Impulsive, Blake Nedry now takes over second position.
Yeah, great pass there around the outside of Jared Smith, but watch the 2 Impulsive right up against the pins, drives the tack into it out, just about contact there with Brett Nedry in the tunnel end of the Sunraysia World Cup for 2025. Blake Ramsey out of turn number 1 for the last time, beautifully settled on the exit. Again, Smith goes into second place temporarily. He made cemented this time as Nedry started to jump around on the exit of turn number 2. One more chance for Brett Nedry around the outside. He won't do it. Checkered flag is up. Ladies and gentlemen, put your together. Takes out the Sunraysia. From Queensland in decision. Wow, what a moment there for Jared Smith.
Wow.
Lap number 1 on turn number 2, jumped right over the wake and just about jumped into the back of Brett Nedry's boat.
How the hell he saved that? Incredible driving there, boys. An amazing effort.
Wow.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, that was unbelievable. Blake Ramsey in the Destiny takes out the Sunraysia Cup. That is unbelievable drive from Jared Smith in the 2 Impulsive. He almost lost it, held it together. He had a great drive next to Brett Nedry, and there was some pushing and shoving, and Brett Nedry did get shoved out quite nicely.
Well, what a sensational afternoon and weekend of powerboat racing here. Australia's best drivers, some of the world's best out here on the waterway in the Mildura Ski Club for the Sunraysia Spectacular for 2025. Big thank you to all of our sponsors. Guys, how about that racing, particularly the Harrison Cup and the Sunraysia coming up, the last race this afternoon?
So, Vaughan, so many surprises today. We knew that today would be full of them, but certainly not to the level that we saw. But the closeness and the aggression that was used across the whole day today, considering they've had a day and a half, PC, already of competition, and then to line up today and just throw everything to the wind and go as hard as they have, has been spectacular and sensational. It's been incredible.
PC, what was your highlight of the weekend, mate?
Which one do you want, mate?
Yeah, it's a big list, isn't it?
It's a huge list. Look, I think yesterday, definitely the battle between Rustus and Sick Puppy was just magical. Then we saw today some of the best racing. We've seen some controversy too. That's been a fair bit of it. So, unfortunately for the decision team, they've been on the wrong end, also on decisions that cost them. But I think, you know, Blake Ramsey in Destiny, he's taken away all the major trophies this weekend. His consistency, his speed, and just ability to get around this track has been unbelievable. And it's great for Blake Ramsey and the team to have achieved what they have this weekend.
Yeah, and you could tell by that last interview, Blake was, he was so emotional down there. I didn't want to go and keep asking him questions. I thought, no, that's enough. You go back and celebrate with the family.
And I think your commentary was correct in saying, you know, like where he was talking about at some stage almost throwing it away, you know. Having him back for 26 is going to be spectacular. You know, and what, it's the old story, what builds you for character and strength, this sort of thing does, you know. He'll go away in the off-season now, they'll prep the boat, they'll do what they need to do, but they will come back so strong next year. And the Ramsey family, to be honest with you, it's going to be the one to watch. There's no doubt about it.
Certainly, it's going to be awesome 2026. I hope that everybody can get back on board the Battery World National Drivers Championship and just powerboat racing in general. It's starting to really lift up at the moment. We see that by the sponsorship and the dollars starting to come into the sport, the exposure that we're getting on 7 mate and 7 plus. It can only go forward, PC.
It can, and it starts off with the 2 hours of racing that we saw in the juniors for Saturday and Sunday. Their racing was spectacular. It was fun to watch. Great in there, 20 odd of them, and just, you know, lay the foundations for a great day's racing for us all.
The X100 by Tattoos R Us, the speed bracket here as part of the National Drivers Championship, dominated by Moonshine Racing and Mike Godsell.
Absolutely. This guy has not put a foot wrong all weekend, where everybody else has sort of tripped over a handful of things. But to be honest, competition behind him kept him really honest. It wasn't like he was just the dead set leader out in front of everything. Everybody was so tight in what they prepared for the weekend. So that's been the tightest that we've seen all weekend, and that class is really going to grow in stature, I would think, anyway.
It certainly has. A third one was the Kavanagh Auto Parts 6-litre championship, and as we alluded to, that race yesterday between Corey Marlin and Steve Rarity driving Rastus, that was a race for the ages. So Corey Marlin ended up taking out yesterday round 1. Steve Rarity is now taken out round 2, but goes to the top of the National Drivers Championship because Corey didn't make it through those last races.
Yeah, Corey had some problems that started yesterday afternoon in the hot lap, carried through into today, unfortunately. So I would love to see the points when they're all put up on the internet and Facebook. And of course, Rastus, he had a magnificent day. He was a bit like Moonshine, just dominated the whole day through, and it's a credit to that team. They work very, very hard. They do a lot of miles with that boat, and great to see them come out on top here on race day Sunday.
And the premier event as far as our National Drivers Championship was concerned was the Battery World National Drivers Championship for forced induction, and Tate Ramsey 3 from 3. Since its inception, there are no other names on that trophy except for Tate Ramsey.
Yeah, and that's an incredible achievement, and that really testifies and cements how solid the competition is in this event. You know, you really have to be on your A game, and these guys just continue to do that. So, let's see what the 26 unfolds.
Certainly is. Thanks to GTS Freight Management for coming on board as naming rights sponsor this weekend for the Sunraysia Spectacular. PC, thank you very much, mate, for all of your knowledge and helping us out over the weekend, and of course you too, John. Thank you very much for helping us here and representing the Mildura Ski Club.
Absolutely, pleasure to do that for you boys.
And hopefully we'll get to work again one day in the future, PC.
Oh, that's what you say now, but you'll think about it overnight. Yeah, I'll go, oh, gee.
Couple of coldies, we'll see what brings him out.
What did I get myself into, you'll be saying.
Look, on behalf of the Melbourne Runabout and Ski Club and the Mildura Ski Club, a big goodbye and good night. Please drive safely if you're on the way home from the Mildura Ski Club. We look forward to seeing you in the future on GP Hydro live streaming. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us. This has been the Sunraysia Spectacular for 2025. Good night. Keep looking, keep looking. Yep, we're good. Thank you, Neil. Thanks, Scotty. Thanks, Paul. Thank you.